and then after the vaccine rollout in Europe, especially in some countries, they started observing the increase in presence of anti-Semitism within anti-vaccine narratives on social media and also offline in street protests. We decided to investigate this further in all the project countries to understand the extent of this phenomenon and also the role of social media in the spread of these narratives.
But the rest is really social media and just the fact that it has a massive capability of normalizing very, very fringe things. So it can pull in people who otherwise would never have seeked out, a far-right forum or blog, but suddenly, it was shared by somebody who you knew in high school 25 years ago, and then you read it and it seemed okay, and then another one popped up, and then another one popped up as a YouTube video, and you watched that, and there were like 25 others like that suggested to you below that video.
After Facebook and Twitter started cracking down some content that was spreading COVID misinformation and violent anti-Semitic content, many anti-vaxxers fled or left these platforms and went to other unmoderated platforms like as I mentioned, Telegram. And also on Facebook, Facebook allows private groups. So our research didn't go we didn't go into private groups because it was quite difficult and long to access. So there is a lot more that is being shared on Facebook than it is visible, and these groups are not moderated. People can share anti-Semitic and anti-vaccine content without any consequences in these groups.
Kind of changes within societies and the political spectrum and our world and our communication, both technologically and the way we talk to each other. That I think coming back from this is going to be extremely hard, and it might take actually kind of just, well, let's say nuking this new public sphere that we've created in the past like 10 to 15 years and trying to build something much more discourse focused and a lot less profit oriented than what we have right now. Like short of that, what really could change this course that we are on right now as far as our public discourse goes, and these conspiracy theories obviously are very integral part now to this discussion, sadly.
But what we can do is to reduce it or to limit the spread, because now with social media we can, content can be shared and seen by millions of people in seconds. So in the recommendations, so we put together some recommendations in our report that they all they might contribute to limit the spread. And I wanted to mention two. So one is education. So media and digital literacy is the key. Because often when we talk about mainstream media have a very important role in sharing trustworthy information, and all that is absolutely true. But sometimes people who are already far out in believing some conspiracy narratives don't watch mainstream media at all, because they are already blamed as part of the elite trying to brainwash people. So this education should be done at school, media literacy education should be done in schools, but also training and other occasions to engage with people of all age backgrounds, not just young people, though it is very important with young people to educate them about anti-Semitic tropes surfacing on social media, and it is tropes that are not evidently anti-Semitic. So if you don't know that it is an anti-Semitic trope because of these anti-Semitic dog whistles, you are not gonna, you might not be able to see it. So education is really important to understand. And then I wanted to mention cooperation with IT companies. In the past few years, there has been a lot of progress, but it's definitely not enough. So it's a call for IT companies to keep working with civil society organizations and with experts and with academics, to listen to what we are witnessing, what we are seeing on social media, and work together to improve their policies and to remove content that is clearly illegal.
We have to target the core problem, why people are susceptible for conspiracy theories, and insecurity is a very important core of this problem. And we have to focus on that, and insecurity increases the need for belonging. And we have to understand that these online platforms are providing a community also. So we don't have only removal and banning and stop this discourse will not have an effect on that. So we will not cure the problem if we just cure the effects of it. So I think it's important to increase the trust in institutions and in the establishment, and also try to provide more inclusive messages and not to distinct people between each other, against each other, and make more feeling of fear and this feeling of uncertainties, because we all live in uncertain times. We have to admit that, and we have to react on that and include as many people as we can to our communication, both as leaders and as social media companies also.